always keeping his students on their toes with his secret tests. The moral of the story? Learning a new language isn't just about getting the words right. It's about being brave enough to try, helping others along the way, and never giving up, even when things seem scary. The end.
The surprise birthday bash Rose woke up on her birthday with a feeling of excitement and curiosity. She looked out of the window and noticed the sky was a mix of gray and blue, perfect for a birthday surprise. Rose, with her long black hair and sparkling young eyes, had a sense that something special was brewing. But what could it be? Her husband, John, had been acting a bit mysterious lately. He'd been sneaking around, making phone calls in hushed tones and disappearing for short periods. Rose was sure he was planning something, but what could it be? The anticipation was almost too much to handle. Chapter 2. The Strange Happenings. As Rose went about her day, she noticed a series of peculiar events. The mail carrier delivered a large package addressed to her, but it had no return address. Then, a florist dropped off a bouquet of colorful balloons, each one tied with a ribbon. What was going on? Rose's curiosity grew, but John insisted everything was fine. During lunch, John gave her a small, unassuming gift box. It was light and wrapped in bright paper. "Open it later," he said with a wink. Rose's mind raced with possibilities. Could this be part of the surprise? Chapter 3. The Unusual Decorations. By mid-afternoon, John took Rose to the park, where they often enjoyed picnics. The park was unusually quiet today, and as they approached their usual spot, Rose's eyes widened in surprise. There was a large banner hanging from the trees that read, "Happy Birthday, Rose!" Beneath it were balloons, a picnic table covered with a red and white checkered cloth, and a beautiful ice cake with "Happy Birthday, Rose" written on it in shimmering icing. John smiled and said, "I wanted to surprise you with a small celebration before the big event tonight." Chapter 4. The Unexpected Twist. As the sun began to set, John suggested they head back home. Rose was a bit puzzled. Why go home now when they had such a lovely setup in the park? But she followed along, trying to keep her curiosity in check. When they arrived home, John handed Rose a blindfold. "Trust me," he said. "This is going to be fun." Rose laughed nervously but put it on. John guided her through the house, and she could hear muffled sounds of laughter and voices. Her heart raced with anticipation. What could it be? Chapter 5. The Big Reveal. John gently removed the blindfold, and Rose's eyes widened in amazement. The living room was transformed into a magical party space, filled with twinkling lights, more balloons, and a big banner that read, "Happy Birthday, Rose." But that wasn't all. In the middle of the room stood a group of Rose's closest friends and family, all shouting, "Surprise!" Rose's heart soared with joy. She had no idea John had planned such an elaborate party. Chapter 6. The Cake Catastrophe. As the party got into full swing, John made a toast and everyone cheered. He then unveiled the ice cake, which was not only beautiful but also huge. It had layers of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Just as everyone was about to dig in, disaster struck. The cake, which had been precariously balanced on a high stand, wobbled and fell onto the floor. Rose gasped, and the room fell silent. But before anyone could react, John and the guests burst into laughter. "Don't worry," John said with a grin. "I have a backup plan." He then revealed a second, smaller cake hidden behind a curtain. It wasn't as grand, but it was delicious and made everyone laugh even more. Chapter 7. The Mystery Unfolds. As the night continued, John seemed more relaxed and happy. Rose, still trying to piece together the day's events, asked him about the strange package and the flowers she received earlier. John chuckled and said, "The package was just a box of party hats, and the flowers were to add some extra cheer. I wanted to make sure everything was perfect for you." Chapter 8. The Heartfelt Surprise. After the cake and the laughter, John gathered everyone for a group photo. As they posed for the picture, he took a deep breath and said, "Rose, you are the light of my life. I wanted to give you a birthday you'd never forget." Rose's eyes filled with tears of happiness. "Thank you, John. This has been the most wonderful birthday ever." Chapter 9. The Moral of the Story. As the guests started to leave and the house grew quieter, Rose reflected on the day. It had been filled with unexpected twists and turns, from the mysterious package to the cake catastrophe, but each moment had been filled with love and laughter. John's thoughtful surprises and the joy of being surrounded by friends and family showed Rose that the best moments in life come from the heart. It wasn't the perfect party or the grand gestures that mattered most, but the love and effort behind them. Chapter 10. The Final Surprise. Just before bed, John handed Rose a small gift box. Inside was a delicate locket with a photo of them together. "This is to remind you of today and how much you mean to me," he said softly. Rose smiled, holding the locket close. "Thank you, John. I'll treasure it forever." Chapter 11. Reflections on the Day. As Rose lay in bed, she thought about the day's events. Despite the unexpected moments and the cake mishap, it had been a day full of love, laughter, and surprises. She realized that the best gifts aren't always the ones wrapped in shiny paper, but the ones given with heartfelt intentions. Chapter 12. The Endearing Note. In the quiet of the night, Rose and John drifted off to sleep, knowing that their love was the greatest gift of all. And so, Rose's birthday ended with a warm and loving embrace, marking the beginning of another wonderful year together. Moral of the story. The best surprises come from the heart. It's the thought,
Mrs. D'Souza's Fresh Juice Adventure. A Dream of Fresh Juices. Mrs. D'Souza, a warm and cheerful woman, had always loved the beach. She grew up in a small village in Cyprus, where she spent her childhood playing in the sand and swimming in the clear blue sea. Now, as an adult, she had a new dream: to open a fresh juice shop at Cyprus Beach. Mrs. D'Souza had spent years perfecting her juice recipes. Her blends were not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients. She imagined a cozy little shop right by the beach, where people could enjoy fresh juice while taking in the beautiful ocean views. With the support of her family and friends, Mrs. D'Souza decided to make her dream a reality. She found a charming spot near the beach, where the sound of waves crashing and seagulls calling would provide the perfect backdrop for her new business. The Grand Opening. After weeks of preparation, the grand opening of Mrs. D'Souza's Juice Haven arrived. The shop was decorated with bright colors and tropical flowers, creating a vibrant and inviting atmosphere. Mrs. D'Souza had arranged an array of fresh fruits on display, including pineapples, mangoes, and oranges. The opening day was filled with excitement. Mrs. D'Souza welcomed her first customers with a big smile and offered them samples of her delicious juices. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive, and the shop quickly gained popularity among the locals and tourists. As the sun set, the shop became even more lively. Mrs. D'Souza felt a deep sense of satisfaction as she served her customers, knowing that her dream was finally coming true. Chapter 3. The Mysterious Problem. A few weeks into the business, Mrs. D'Souza noticed that something strange was happening. Every morning when she arrived at the shop, some of the fruits seemed to have gone missing. At first, she thought it might be a simple mistake or a minor issue. One night, as Mrs. D'Souza was closing up, she heard a faint rustling noise coming from the storage room. She quickly went to investigate but found nothing out of the ordinary. The missing fruit remained a mystery. Determined to find out what was happening, Mrs. D'Souza decided to set up a small camera in the storage room to catch any unusual activity. Chapter 4. A Surprising Discovery. The next morning, Mrs. D'Souza reviewed the footage from the camera. To her surprise, she see a small, mischievous monkey sneaking into the storage room and taking the fruit. The monkey was quite clever, using its tiny hands to grab the fruit and make a quick getaway. Mrs. D'Souza couldn't help but laugh at the sight. The monkey's antics were amusing, but she knew she needed to find a solution. She decided to take a friendly approach and tried to figure out how to coexist with her new visitor. Chapter 5. A Creative Solution.